It is time to finally do what you've all been waiting for, gamers.
Bruh.
Fuck.
My name is Jeff.
It's the Bible review, gamers. Imagine being home all alone due to the fact that we are facing a great fun little pandemic. So everyone is trapped up inside of their houses like a bunch of caged animals. Right, and you know what caged animals like to do? They like to have their three necessities in life. They like to have their food, they like to have their water, and they like to fuck. Whoa! Now, you see, Belle Delphine clearly knows the human mind on this aspect. And so she finally released her great, possibly greatest thing. You see, one buys this Bible because of the godforsaken sins that they have committed during this whole pandemic. I mean, you're all alone, you're scared, you might be a little bit horny, and so, man does what man does best. A fat nut, every so often. And so, by buying such a Bible, Belle Delphine herself, the patron saint of... I'll have to get back to you on that one. But, the saint that will cleanse you of your terrible deeds. Now, let's get on with this Bible review here, alright? So, as you know, gamers, I am an avid Bible reader. I read the Bible every day, naturally, as a good Catholic such as I. And I am a proud owner of a Catholic Bible. So, this is obviously not the, this is not the bestest of qualities of Bibles. I actually did not know this was blue until right now. Shit, I might be colorblind. Oh well. Anyways, so this is a classic Bible, you know, this is a Catholic Bible. Let me give you a little rundown. It's blue, it's got that nice texture as you can see there. Clearly, you got the gold writing. That is a certified hood classic when it comes to Bibles. Now, I'm aside because Catholics like they like their gold. It's a little hard to tell, but there's a lot of gold here. So it's all gold colored in there. Because Catholics do be kind of flexing, though, in church. High key with their Bibles and rosaries. But that is not the Bible you were here to witness today. You were witnessing this Bible right here. Now, if we're going to talk about the texture of this Bible, as you can tell, as from obviously seeing, it's very nice and smooth. It's kind of like the Motel 6 Bibles or the ones at the cheap hotels, because they have a Bible there because God only knows what kind of acts you'll be doing in there. Either killing people, hiding their bodies in the bed thing, like someone did a while back, apparently, and someone slept in that bed, like above a dead body. Very creepy. Don't know how they were able to, like, do that. Like, wouldn't you smell them if they've been dead for a while? Or, like, feel something? I don't know. Maybe they just thought it was a rough night's sleep. But, you've got the classic gold text here. But it's a lot smaller than usual, as the other Bible. Because they don't care about the flex. They just want to get it short and to the point. This is a Bible. You're supposed to open it up and read it. Simple as that. No I mean, this is a little bit of a flex. But no flexing right here. This is just straight down to the bottom of it. A little bit of a gold right here. Now, if you guys can see, let's see if I can focus in right here. Right here, you see that little puncture? I'm thinking that's a little love tap from the Belle Delphine herself, hopefully. You know, maybe she got a little frisky with the Bible, you know? Hey, you know, one can only hope. In this day and age, one can only hope, honestly. Now, let's move on. If we open it up, we got the nice white pages. Those are clean. We're talking like Bleach or Casper the Ghost looking oh shit, I think I put a crease in here, fuck. But we're talking like Casper the Ghost looking papers here. That's always good. It's not like the golden papers of the Catholic Bible. Yeah, I actually think I creased that right there. Fuck, maybe I need to be more careful. Anyways, so nice and clean. Let's see how it smells real quick, gamers. Alright. Smells just like good paper. Alright, this is the new King James Bible. So, let me give you a little tidbit here, a little fun fact of the day when it comes to Bibles. Now, you know, you hear new King James Bible, and you're like, okay, so, where's the old King James Bible, granted? And I must say, there is no old King James Bible. Aww. I know. Who would have thought? Not me. You know, you would expect, like, there's a hierarchy. There's old, there's new. It's like if you see someone named Adam Jr., you know there was an Adam Sr. beforehand. But, like, not in this case. No, King James himself was like, you know what? Fuck it. New King James Bible. And so, there is this Bible. It's the new King James Bible. A Protestant Bible. And so, go on and review the beautiful signature we have here, gamers. That I can't distinguish where my fucking hand is on the camera. Alright, let's talk about this like a calligrapher. We're going to go through each letter, and we're going to talk about how each letter brings in the whole picture of his signature. Now, you might not understand what I mean there, but you'll get there once I start explaining. Alright, gamers, that's the best camera angle we're getting here today, because my camera's not the best. So you see this little line going off the B there. You see that proves that is an artistic stroke. You see that? She could have easily have just connected the B right there and left it not hanging. But since she chose to hang it, it just clearly embodies the personality that she has. The kind of personality that even if you're on the edge right here, hanging off a cliff, that she will try to save you from your inevitable doom. Just a simple fact right there, alright? She will try to save you with her own holy blessings, alright? Now, if we move on to the E is a very nicely done E. Nice and cursive, a nice little swoop. You know, it was definitely a one motion kind of E. It was not like a draw of a line and then like do some zigzag shit to make the E. Nope. One nice little swoop, nice little... And then we go straight into the L's. Again, nice, even better swoops here. Although, you see, the L's are not perfect. But see, that's the thing. Those L's symbolize us. We are the imperfect beings within this. Within the signature itself. And as we continue on, we will talk about how the other letters down here in Belle Delphine relate to these L's right here. Now, you see, this E is not the same as this E. And the reason why is because that E gives a nice characteristic to the first name of Belle. You see that? It's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it's better because it's Belle Delphine. So this E, keep in mind, helps solidify the first name so that we can move on to the D right here. Now let's move on to the D here, gamers. Now you see there's a little bit of a loop right here. And that proves that nobody likes drawing a fucking straight line when it comes to letters like this. You know what, here, let me show you an example of how I draw my Ds. Alright, gamers, this is how one draws a D. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Okay, here we go. Alright, so then you come back around, and then, oh, look at that. That's a beaut, if I've ever seen one. You see, I couldn't even draw a straight line. You know, I could have gone like this, ready? Never mind, I can't shift-click and have it be a straight line in paint. But you know what I mean. Like, that's a D. That's a D. You see I've got a little bit of a loop there? Like, and then it's even got a little stroke coming off the D. No one draws a D, like, perfectly straight. And if you do, I don't know what to tell you. You're weird. Now, you see, we're going to move on to the E here. The E is very similar, almost exact to this E up here, except the little loop is a little bit smaller, so it seems like she was a little bit quicker in her creation of this E, you know, just like how God took 7 days. Instead of 7 days for this E, it was more like 2.5, you know, maybe skipping brunch and going straight to dinner. I don't know, something like that. And then we got the P here. See this P? Alright, we did skip the L. I'm sorry about that. But the L does not have as much of a significance as the P here, gamers. Now, see this P? Has a little bit of a loop right there, like the D. So, fuck, where's the D? There it is. So, I'm blind. Because it has a loop, it adds on the flow of the letter P straight to the H, which really gives it that brevity and that fresh air. It's kind of like you go outside and you feel the air blowing through your hair or your face, and you're like, man, that's refreshing. It's kind of like this loop for the P. So just keep that in mind, because we're about halfway through with the name Delphine. I won't say Belle Delphine because that'd be more than half. You know, moving on, we got the H here. Now the H is again very simplistic. It looks like an L almost. And then it looks like an N combined to an L, which is honestly just what an H is. Big brain there, gamers. Now, this is the coup de grace. I'm not French. I don't know if I used that correctly. You see, this is just a classic eye, right? A very classy eye. And it goes straight, instead of drawing the little dot above the eye like all normies do, she decided to draw it with a heart. Now, you see, that heart has huge significance for this entire signature itself. You see, if we're these L's, you know, the imperfect beings, this heart is directly below these L's. So clearly, that heart is meant for us gamers. She is blessing us and trying to help us with this heart, showing us that even being a simp, one can get love. And so that's why we got a clear contrast right here of the L and the heart. And again, it ends in obviously an NE, another classic N. A little bit of a scribble, I must say, a little bit of a scribble. But I am a little bit of a scribbler myself, so it's perfectly fine. And again, the E is very similar to the last E up here. So therefore, it's ending with that characteristic oomph that we really need when it comes to a signature like this. Now let me just move it up a little bit more. It's pink, as you can see. It's a little bit harder to tell because the lighting sucks ass. Now, there was 2 other things that we received, technically 3 that were received with this Bible, which would include this sticker, which, you know, I'm obviously a sticker guru myself too, so when I feel the sticker, I clearly feel good quality and nothing else. You see, the real question is, where do I put this on my setup? I'm thinking when I build my other computer, I'm gonna stick it straight on the case, just like a gamer would, just like a Belle Delphine worshiper would. Now, another thing we got here is kind of like a... I don't know what to call these, but they're on like a harder back here. Where would I put that in my room? I have absolutely no idea. But if this video gets enough likes, I might buy something else. Maybe from Belle Delphine. Maybe from a different YouTuber of your choice. It doesn't have to be weird. Trust me. Trust me, gamers. And so, maybe I'll hang that up if we do another one of these videos. But there was one last thing. One last very important thing. Almost as important as the Bible itself. And that is... Sorry, gamers, I forgot to grab it, but that would be this. Now, let me just block my address there, gamers. There we go. Excuse me, I know it's very hard to see. But you see, this is a pink packaging, as one would expect from a Belle Delphine herself. Now, this little writing right here, this little words and stuff and things here, when I ordered the Bible, I was able to put a note. Basically, it said, put a note here on, like, you know, like, what you want for packaging and crap, blah, 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 right? And I was like, Belle, I would be delighted, absolutely delighted, if you would put your favorite proverb on the packaging or in the Bible itself. And so, clearly, it is on the packaging, and let me read it out to you gamers. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. Sadly, the proverb was not from 420, but it is close enough for it to be classified as an OG slice of pie. That was retarded. That was such a stupid Anyways, so clearly, gamers, clearly, if we're gonna think about the meaning, the intrinsic meaning of that line right there, and so I believe this has a deeper meaning, a much deeper meaning. All right, so I believe, full-heartedly believe, that she is talking about the other e-girls out there on the internet right now, all of our fellow simps. You know, some might go for Belle Delphine, hopefully that is the correct pathway and the correct way to life. But others go to Nicolo, Pokimane, and then all the other hundreds and thousands of Twitch e-girls on obviously Twitch, or else I wouldn't have said Twitch. Now, you see, these e-girls, according to here, clearly it says it all right here. Those e-girls, it says right here, go out of their way to try to capture you, to capture your heart and your feelings for a event. And so you do nothing else except simp, wail over these e-girls, so that you spend all of your money, so that they could have all of your money to spend, despite them not even knowing you. And then when they come out, like Pokemon, that they have a boyfriend, that just completely ruins it. A complete immersion, just snap, just gone. Gone in a blink of the eye. They just broke your heart by clearly saying they had a boyfriend in front of everyone on cam, on Twitter, on Facebook, on MySpace, on absolutely everything, right? And so you become a broken human being because your heart that you gave this e-girl was completely shattered. All the trust just snapped, just Thanos snapped, gone, right? And so Belle Delphine is trying to warn you about this. She is trying to say, protect your heart with all of your willpower. Guard your heart. Because if something like that happens, where your heart is broken by an e-girl, you will become a broken individual for a long time. And you will feel a lot of pain and anguish. And now, we can even expand this, even past the e-girl simping territory, which I am very well versed in, by the way. We can expand this to relationships, alright? Now, do you really want to be giving your full heart to your significant other? Now, if you're married, clearly, that's a different story. Completely different story. But when we're talking about some e-relationship, or if we're talking about maybe some high school relationship, is it really good to give your entire heart to this other person? Girl, man, hopefully not dog. I mean, like your dog, but in like a nod. You know what I mean. Is it really good to give your all into it? Because eventually, what happens when that relationship just breaks, just completely shatters? The answer to that is you become a shattered individual. And so if you take your time, protect your heart with all you've got, and only give it up when you believe that you should, that you believe this is the very right person after maybe a year or even more, and just give it your all, right? Not saying you can't show love or any of that stuff beforehand, but I'm saying like really being like, I'm gonna marry this person, blah, blah, blah. Give it a year or two until you truly think that the time is right, because you do not want your heart being broken. And Belle Delphine clearly warns about this. And clearly Belle Delphine would never break our hearts. She would never come out of the woodworks being like, I have a boyfriend, fuck everyone else. She would never do that. I would not believe it in 1,000 years that Belle Delphine would be the kind of person to do that. And so she is trying to protect our hearts. And if we simp towards Belle Delphine, our hearts will be protected. Not towards Pokemon, not towards Nika lol, or any of the other e-girls out there, but specifically to Belle Delphine. She is like our guardian angel, our guardian Gabriel, who is protecting us from all the other e-girls out there, and only cares for us. Now gamers, that will be the end of my review. I think it's been a good review here. If you want more of this, like, honestly, comment more. I mean, subscribe if you want. Comment what you want to see. If I get like, I don't know, 100 views and like some odd solid amount of likes, I'll buy something else and I'll review it. And I will talk about its intrinsic value of what it means. Just like how this meant so much. Not on the surface level, it did not mean much. But if you go dig deep into the meaning, you gain all of it. You gain all the info, all the descriptiveness, everything. Follow me on Twitch if you want. I don't want to be this giant plugin, you know, because you're just going to leave. But anyways, gamers, take care, gamers. Peace out. And remember, protect your heart, because you don't want to become a broken individual, gamers. All right? And I don't want to see you be broken, okay? I care about you. I care about my viewers, okay? I care about you guys. I want to see you guys get broken, okay? Alright, stay safe out there, gamers. I'll see you later, bro. Peace out.
My name is Jeff.
My mouse isn't fucking working.